but like to summarize quickly for people who haven't heard, it's like I denied that ability to heal people for years, almost my whole life. I don't want to be labeled. I mean, as a healer, as a shaman, I think we all are, because we all have the same potential. So for me, it was very hard to accept the idea of like, okay, why would I do that? Because for me, it was because it's something amazing. And yet there are different paths and different functions for each and every one of us. But for me, it was healing people. So it was a long-term process to accept it, because basically I had to accept that if I heal others, I'm going to heal myself. So I have to be emotionally honest with myself and be aware of this process. Because otherwise it wouldn't work. It has to be a mutual energy exchange and work. That's the law of the universe. And this is not something so easy to do. It's worthwhile, but it's not easy. So when I first came to Chacahua, first live on this land behind Lia del Mar, on my own, like 5 months camping with a well, while my friend, the owners, had still the restaurant on the beach, because there was nothing here. Well, basically, I started connecting all these tools. Okay, I say, I know medicine, I know the body, I know how it works, but how can I connect it without separating? Because you have a Western doctor, you have a Chinese doctor, you have a Reiki practitioner. How astrology, how do we make it work together? That's what I'm interested in. So I started I had studied astrology. I was connecting with astronomy since age 12 somehow. And I studied more thoroughly and pragmatically, and I started reading astral charts for friends. And I started giving therapies, putting these tools together. And as I told you before as well, basically my practice today is different than 6 months ago. We're talking of 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was also my own process of, okay, I can do that, I can do it well, people are super happy, it changes their life. But I don't want money. It was all these resistances, which I worked on before, but again, for me, health and education should be free. Ultimately, we don't live in this perfect world, yet it's perfect as it is. And so I had to accept that, or understand and accept that money is energy. That was my process also when we met last time. And that, okay, what matters is the intention. Why am I doing that? Okay, because I can do it. Why I can do it? Because I haven't said that. Because because I haven't done it so many times relatively. Anytime I was on a deep, profound journey as a portal or visiting world, again a shaman, but as everyone can do, and gathering information and sharing it with other people, debating it, whatever. I had to face this situation in which I believe I wasn't manifesting at the time, being aware of it, but somehow I was manifesting to make me accept that I had to follow this path. That basically I had to look after people when they were scared not to come back, because I wasn't scared. I had faith in the process, or when they somehow, and it was meant to be this way. So all this process has led me to the point of okay, I went 2 years and a half to Central and South America. I've kept on learning. I became a Reiki master. So okay, I came back to Chacahua 7 months ago. I was ready, and it's part of the beautiful, of course challenging, but somehow beautiful process of the pandemic, of coming to this point of coming back to Chacahua earlier than what I thought in the first place, organizing my first music and holistic workshop festival, and first of this kind in Chacahua for the solstice in December, which in brackets was the closest point. The solstice, of course, was thought of and planned, but the closest point of this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction wasn't. All the way to growing in the last 6 months since I officially started working. Again, it's a big word, sharing my passion and also getting money as energy. I could define it this way, with others. Chacahua.
Yeah.